So first off, I would like to say that the other day I had to take down the previous review slash summary of the last episode because there was like a 6-minute clip in there and I was a little too zealous to show it. And I ended up getting copyrighted and worldwide blocked. So I had to take it down. And then I had to go and I had to change those into stills. And I'm never doing clips again. No. Especially not with this show. I'm just saying. Again, if you want to see the episodes in all their glory and not just like this, then please watch it on Funimation or Bilibili. And I think Bilibili's YouTube channel also is putting up English subbed. Either way, watch it there. So yeah. And without further ado of that little tangent, let's talk about the episode. At the start of the episode, we get a very Ghibli Howl's Moving Castle-esque scene. And it is gorgeous. And I'm not going to show a clip for obvious reasons. Go watch it. But just how they look at each other. And then, deeply in each other's eyes. The smile. There's a slight almost blush. And then XL looks away and is like, I'm sorry, it has to be this way, And the bandages are wrapped around them, keeping them crotch to crotch. I'm just saying, it's very beautiful. But we don't have to linger long on the romantic moment, because shortly after that, XL tries to grab something again and comes up with the two subordinates, and it's hilarious. Eventually, he does get a hold of something, and they end up on the ground, which is, great. But until that scene, it was hilarious. I was laughing the whole time, just like I laughed in the book. I love how we get some more banter between these two throughout the whole, cave thing. And I just really, really ship them. And I'm wondering, am I the only ones? Like, I know they're not like a couple from what I recall and what I've heard, but I don't think they're actually with anybody. Also, if I remember correctly, one of them, I don't remember which, but one of them has a deep fear of women. So that person's probably never going to end up with a woman permanently anyways. I'm just saying. Inside the cave, they do end up finding a group of travelers who are taking shelter from the sandstorm. And they're very suspicious of XL and his crew. And they're like, we're just Taoists, We serve a temple and we're totally not demons or gods or anything. None of us, not one of us could possibly be a ghost. I'm just saying, it's impossible. Like, come on, look at us. We're all so innocent and human-like. Totally. The other group has a guide with them, and people are kind of suspicious of him. They're like, because apparently he, is from around there, and he knows his way around, and he's been leading them through. Also, the guide is strangely hot. Like, way too beautiful, and I'm suspicious of that. We find out that XL, while they're waiting, had actually taken a seat on this rock that is dedicated to this general. And so him and Hao Cheng end up, translating it. And we hear the tale about this hapless general who just kept getting demoted, and his troops kept dying. And everybody was like, so he must not have been that great. And they're like, well, no, not exactly. And they started just poking fun at him and laughing at him. Everybody pretty much except for, XL and Hao Cheng. And XL's looking really, really, embarrassed. And I'm thinking it's because it's him. I could be wrong, but I think this general's him. I don't know. Or maybe it's somebody related to him. Could be somebody related to him. It doesn't quite look like him, but again, it sounds like him, so I'm kind of confused as to who this character is. Again, I didn't read that far into the novel. If you guys know who it is and you guys want to tell me, you guys can. That's cool. But apparently he died by having his shoelace untied, and then he tripped, and a bunch of soldiers just stomped him, and he was stabbed to death. And so they buried him there. And I guess they liked him enough that they honored him by calling him General again in Afterlife. So, kudos to him. But most people in the cave just thought that was a funny death. And it was. Hao Chang ends up actually playing a joke on them and saying that according to the monument, everybody would bow 3 times in front of it and they'd get, good luck. And Exel asks him about it. He's like, oh yeah, I lied about that because they were being mean. Well, they are bowing. They end up seeing this one scorpion snake. And they ended up, going to, as if to attack. They all freak out. And it lunges straight for our star couple. But of course, HC catches it and is like, look at this cool thing. And Excel's like, it's dangerous. Be careful. But he's legit playing with it. In fact, as they're explaining, how dangerous this is. I'm sorry, there's beeping in the background. And it's because somebody will not stop messaging me. And I do not have time to re-record this. So I am so sorry. But anyways, so as they're explaining how bad it is, we get to see this cute chibi thing where he's just toying with it and making the snake his bitch, basically, and using it as a jump rope. And it is hilarious. While they're escaping, the grandpa ends up being bit. And I remember this happening in the novel as well. I don't know why it's the stupid stuff like this that I remember more than, main character stuff. It's the side characters. I don't know what that says about me, personally, but okay. So, anyways, cute guide guy acts quickly and wraps, up the right before the wound. And one of the gods also give a pill that basically delays it to 24 hours instead of 4 hours. Those darn snakes aren't through, though, because they end up launching at Hao Chang, and Excel's like, not today, not my precious boy. And he just stops it. But then, of course, he gets stung, and we get this moment of Hao Chang trying to suck out the poison and spitting it out. And honestly, one thing that I have noticed with MXTX as an author is that she always has to have at least one moment where sexually in some way you have to, save the day. In Scum's Villain, the only way to fully, take care of the poison is to pa-pa-pa, if you know what I mean. And in this version, Hao Chang is so powerful that he doesn't need to pa-pa-pa to save the day. He just got to use his sweet, sweet mouth and just suck it out. I don't think he's fully saved, though, obviously. He still needs this medical herb that's in this abandoned city. But wow. Wow, indeed. Also, really love how Hao Chang's eyes literally become serpent-like and frickin' turn red, and he literally explodes the offending snake right in front of everybody, and nobody notices. People should be noticing by now a lot of the troubling stuff that he's doing, but they only suspect. I mean, this should have confirmed it, but nobody noticed. No one. Surely someone noticed this. Anyway, the story ends with a cliffhanger of hot, suspicious tourist guide leading them into the city to go look for the herbs, and the 2 cloaked people that we saw earlier in the last episode also being in the city and maybe spotting them, but we're not sure yet. Well, unless you read the book and remember, then you're sure, but I'm not sure at all because I don't remember. And that's the episode. So I do want to do Actors Connection. I should have time this week finally. I don't know if I'm going to get to it this week, but I do want to talk about a new, I can't remember, was it a Thai drama or is it a Philippine drama? I have to double check. But it's on WeTV and it's a BL called Manner of Death. And I really, really am digging it so far. And I would not have even watched it if it wasn't on my WeTV app. But, because I don't normally watch, dramas that are in those languages. Not that I hate them, it just never really crosses my mind. WeTV has really opened me up to a lot of different shows that I would not normally watch. So, you guys should download that too if you want. It's also a great place to watch The Untamed and Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation, the cartoon. So, yeah. But keep an eye out for those. For sure, Actor Song Connection. I'm not sure yet about Manner of Death.